Babylon's shadow, celestial balance, cosmic betrayal, cosmic chaos, underworld rising, divine wrath, eternal conflict, giants awaken, infernal might, shadowed thrones.
In Chapter 8, titled The Gathering of the Shadows, the Divine Realm, once a place of order and light, faces a growing threat. Marduk, the supreme god, is troubled by the war between Tiamat and the demon race, a war whose echoes threaten the very balance of the universe. Tiamat, a ruthless and power-hungry creature, is determined to destroy the divine race, with her sights set on subjugating all who oppose her. Marduk, tasked with guarding the cosmos, knows that the time for action is near. To gain the power needed to challenge the gods, Tiamat seeks alliances with the four most powerful races in the cosmos: the giants, dragons, monsters, and witches. Each of these races possesses immense strength, and Tiamat's success depends on convincing them to join her cause. The giants. Tiamat first approaches the giants, who have long harbored a deep hatred for the divine race, particularly after their crushing defeat by Nergal and his warriors. The leader of the giants, Uthrod, is a towering figure full of rage. Tiamat offers him the chance to exact vengeance on those who had oppressed them, promising the giants restoration to their rightful place. Though Uthrod agrees to join her, he makes it clear that the giants will fight for their own reasons, not hers. Tiamat's manipulation works, and the giants pledge their support, knowing that when the time comes, they will seek their own vengeance. The dragons. Tiamat then turns her attention to the dragons, powerful beings born of fire and storm. Their leader, Dracora, is an ancient WYRM who commands immense power. Tiamat attempts to persuade Dracora to join her war against the divine race, offering him control of the skies. However, Dracora is fiercely independent and rejects Tiamat's proposition, refusing to bow to anyone, even Tiamat. He insists that the dragons will not fight her war, having survived previous divine wrath without outside help. Tiamat's threats and coercion fail, and Dracora and his kin refuse to join her cause. The monsters. In the wild, untamed places of the world, the monsters, creatures born from chaos and darkness, are led by Gorgon, a massive being with the power to turn men to stone with a single glance. Tiamat approaches Gorgon in the heart of their chaotic realm, offering him power and freedom from the divine race's control. Initially, Gorgon and the monsters refuse, as they too are creatures of chaos who reject any form of subjugation. However, Tiamat, growing increasingly impatient and furious, attacks them with full force. Her rage is unmatched, and the monsters are unable to withstand her wrath. Faced with her overwhelming power, Gorgon reluctantly agrees to join her cause, though he makes it clear that the monsters do not serve willingly. The wrath of Tiamat. Tiamat's fury erupts as she deals with each race's defiance. The dragons, particularly Dracora, are targeted with devastating force, and the mountains themselves shake under Tiamat's assault. Dracora fights valiantly, but is eventually overwhelmed by Tiamat's relentless power. Beaten and broken, he reluctantly agrees to serve her, though he does so with deep resentment. Similarly, Tiamat's wrath brings devastation to the monster realm. Gorgon, once a towering figure of strength, finds himself brought low under Tiamat's crushing might. The monsters, seeing their leader fall, are forced to submit. Gorgon's resistance crumbles, and with a final act of submission, he agrees to join Tiamat's war. The witches. Lastly, Tiamat turns to the witches, a race of beings who dwell in the shadowy spaces between life and death. Led by Morgana, a sorceress of immense power and wisdom, the witches are masters of the arcane and have long been wary of the divine race. Tiamat attempts to convince Morgana to join her cause, promising that under her rule, the witches would be free to practice their dark arts without fear. However, Morgana is cautious, recognizing the dangers of such a war. She is not easily swayed by Tiamat's promises of power and warns her of the catastrophic consequences such a rebellion could bring. Tiamat, irritated by Morgana's refusal, demands her submission, knowing that only by uniting these powerful races can she hope to bring down the divine race. Conclusion: Tiamat's manipulation and wrath serve as a warning to the cosmos. The divine race, represented by Marduk, now faces a powerful and growing threat. Though Tiamat's alliances with the giants, monsters, and witches are secured, her relationship with the dragons remains one of defiance and resistance. As each race falls in line or resists, the fate of the divine race hangs in the balance. Tiamat's hunger for power has no bounds, and the gathering of the shadows signals a war that will reshape the cosmos. The chapter ends with a sense of impending doom, as Tiamat's dark ambitions continue to unfold, threatening the very existence of the divine realm.